going to try something new and different with this video. I'm going to record a little bit of voiceover and just try to share some lessons from having chickens. I didn't grow up with chickens. I didn't grow up with animals really other than a house cat. Yeah, I really didn't know what I was getting into. They're my lessons. Other people might have different lessons. People might disagree completely. But they're what I think I should be sharing. My name is Alain Grandmage. I live in the US, 25 minutes north of Boston. My wife and I, between us, have 4 kids, with the youngest about to turn 22. So we have a lot of free time. I have a lot of free time. One of the things that I do when I have a lot of free time is I start to think, why not get chickens? Seemed like a good idea. I'm not sure why, it just felt like it was right. Never liked birds, never had any birds. They always creep me out. They remind me of little tiny dinosaurs, and I always assume that their little beaks want to pluck my eyeballs out. So yeah, I've never been a bird person, but I still wanted chickens. A year and a half ago, we got chickens. And when we got chickens, we got chickens. We went all in, and if we were going to do this, we were going to do it right. So I purchased 9-day-old chickens from My Pet Chicken. No free ads. One of them died right away, got a refund on that. Another one died about a week later, didn't get a refund on that one. Seeing them kind of fall dying, I ordered 3 more 12-week-old chickens, and the intent was to have them delivered when my girls turned 12 weeks, so that they'd all be the same age. One of my original girls died when she was about a year old. She was always sick, but you know, it happens. It's heartbreaking when you name them and you care for them since they're born, but it happens. First couple are hard. So right now I have 8 girls, and they're awesome. They're all doing well. Recently, about 6 months ago, one of my girls, the white one, you'll see her in the video, her name is Rachel. She was attacked by a dog.
What's going on?
I don't know how he got in. Come on. In. Is she okay? Oh. I'm sorry.
Her, clean her.
Okay.
Get some water in the bath. It's in the tub.
In that tub? Might go outside because he's inside. You can put him in the sun, huh?
Put him in the sun.
Rushed her to the vet on a weekend where she stayed overnight and nursed her back to health, and she is back and doing fine. These are more than just birds. They're pets, and I treat them like pets the same way I would treat my cats and dogs. And there's no difference. We had some issues with bullying. We got some what's called pinless peepers. Those did the trick. It feels cruel when you're doing it, especially the first time you're applying the pinless peepers. You really don't know what you're doing. You think you're killing the birds and you're going to snap their necks. They worked. They look stupid. I think they feel stupid. And after a couple weeks, the bullying stops. You take off the peepers and life goes back to normal. So highly recommended. Let me share some of the 5, that's what people do on YouTube videos, right? 5 key things I've learned about raising chickens. First lesson, they don't have to be a lot of work. They turn into as much work as you want to have them turn into. We use a grandpa feeder, which holds about 25 pounds of feed, I believe. And I only need to fill it every 4 to 6 weeks. It just kind of works. You can see it in the video. In the summer, I have to fill it less because they eat grass and bugs and other stuff. For water, we collect rainwater off their roof. It gets into a barrel. The barrel has a little heater in it for winter. There's a pump attached to the barrel that pumps water through a little tube that feeds the girls the water continuously. It just cycles through. And that works. Never, in a year and a half, I've never had to fill or change anything in that barrel. This summer I'll probably rinse it out. I'm guessing there's going to be some muck at the bottom, but that's about it. No maintenance on water. The only thing we have is 2 extra little pails of water in case we've had the heater inside the rain barrel stop working. Replace the heater, but we had the little barrels that kept the girls going. That was about it. For their coop, we use hemp bedding, and we do the deep litter method, I think it's called, which is basically self-composting. You change it once a year. Every week, you maybe kind of shovel it around a couple times a week. Get the poop down underneath and kind of make sure it all kind of dries out. Then it just works. After a year, you change it, and yeah, zero maintenance. The only work that we do daily, we let the chickens out in the morning. We check their food, check their water, make sure everything's kind of working the way it's supposed to. Collect the eggs, and at night we put them back to bed, lock them up safely, and that's it. They kind of know what to do, what not to do, what to eat, what not to eat. It's all safe. The second thing I learned about chickens, and I never really thought about this earlier before getting chickens. They have personalities. I have a little bantam. Her name's Marianne. She is the mother hen. When somebody's broody or somebody's taking too long in the box, she'll go up and she'll go check on them. She'll make sure everybody's okay. It's a lovely, lovely bird. There's Monica, a big black bird. She's the bitch of the bunch. If ever there's any bullying going on, it's Monica. She is very much the alpha and lets everybody know. Andy is our little Silky, and she's always the first one to look up at me and say hey. She's super sweet. When all the other birds are busy, she's the one who comes up to me and pecks around me. Anyways, let's say they have personalities, and that was a surprise to me. It doesn't really change much of what you have to do, just something I learned that I wasn't expecting. Third lesson, they're expensive. If you think you're getting chickens to save money on eggs, you're making a bad investment. They cost a lot initially. They eat a lot of food, $30 to $50 worth of food a month. Between the scratch and their food, it's expensive. If you do the math, I have 8 chickens. On the warmest days, on the high production days, I get maybe 6-7 eggs a day. So in a month, that might get me 180 eggs in a month. When you kind of look at all of that, that's about 15 cartons of eggs a month. If you assume that a carton of egg in the store is $3, 15 cartons for $3 a carton is $45. I'm paying $50 just on feed. Definitely not getting your money's worth. What I do this for is because I want fresh eggs. I want to control the feed that my eggs are produced from. So you know that the eggs you're getting that are refrigerated have been refrigerated for months and months and months, above and beyond whatever they're feeding these poor birds that are locked up and do nothing but produce eggs over their short lifespan. You don't do it because you want to try to save money. You do it because you don't like the current way that eggs are produced. Fourth thing, the coop. We did not cheap out on the coop. You can see in the video, we got a Carolina coop. It's about a $7,000 coop. It's 6 by 18. It is a solid building. It's also no maintenance. The girls are protected in it. I feel absolutely safe. You don't have to get something that luxurious. But the cheap prefabs that you might find at Walmart for $200, that's not going to last. Your birds are going to be miserable. And I just assume that miserable birds will give you miserable eggs. There's no science behind any of that. That's just a feeling. Also, if you're going to get pets, treat them with respect. Get the best coop you can afford. If you can't afford a coop that is properly sized, you probably shouldn't be getting chickens. Or build your own. The coop that we got from Carolina Coop, if we had built our own, probably about $1,500 worth of material. You can build it on your own, save a whole bunch of money, and you have something just as nice. But don't cheap out. The fifth and final lesson is that your chickens need protecting. They need protecting at night, they need protecting from each other, they need protecting from the elements, they need protecting all the time. They also need to be protected from you, from me. My birds need to be protected from me. It's easy to become overly protective. They are fine if everything else is done well, if they have proper ventilation, if you control how wet it is inside, if you control all the stuff to protect them, then you don't need the heat lamps. Heat lamps will cause fires. And that's just not necessary. And I know that a lot of people love heat lamps. They think that, they're important. My guess is they're probably important if you live in Edmonton. But if you live below the 45th parallel, probably not. Yeah, chickens just know what to do instinctively. They will protect themselves. They will hide when they have to hide. When they see a shadow of a hawk, they will know what to do. I wish I still had my rooster. My town doesn't allow it. Blue was a protector of the girls. Roosters, that's what they do. They protect their girls. So now I can't let my girls free range around the yard. Also because they destroy the yard. That's probably the sixth lesson. So consider it a bonus. Chickens can turn a yard into a mud pit in a matter of days. Doesn't matter how big your yard is, they'll find a way to tear it all up. So we create a little area of our yard that's just for them to tear up, dig up bugs, do whatever they want to do. Digging up the flower beds didn't go over well. So highly recommended that if you let them free range, that you let them free range in a place that's not around your flowers or your garden or something that you want to have as a showpiece in your yard, because they will tear it all up. That's it. That's all I wanted to share. Just a few lessons that I've learned. Hopefully this is useful. I'm going to say the obvious. Leave your comments below. I don't know what that means. Or hit subscribe. I don't know where it is. And if you want to see how my chickens were from the beginning, just click over here and go back to the videos of my girls when they were just little babies. Thanks. Bye.
Ha ha ha.